Hi, long day. I was just telling looks like a very busy day, but let's shake it up a little bit. How many of us watch Marvel superheroes? Favorite ones? Any favorite ones? Iron Man, Black Panther, Captain America. What is the one unique thing which is different in these superheroes than maybe, let's say, a Superman or a Wonder Woman? Practical, yes, but it's very science driven. They are normal people who science with using science and AI particularly has augmented to become superheroes. If you see the whole Iron Man costume and the Jarvis video, which I tried amending but it didn't work, but that's AI and that's agents. Those are AI agents. So AI is not something which is new to this world. We have had conversations around AI and artificial intelligence in various shapes and forms for the longest period of time. We've had movies versus man versus machine and iRobo and a rogue robot to good ones like superheroes for the longest period of time. So what really is happening now? So let's break it into 4 phases. Is there a hand mic? It will be easier for me to kind of. Let's break it into 4 phases. The first one being that when AI started, let's talk in 2 broad areas. There's emergence of technology and there's a homogenization of the entire flow, right? So if you talk about emergence, in 90s we got machine learning coming in and digital twin and everything working. Then in the 2010s, we got artificial intelligence and IoT and edge compute and the power of connected beings. And in 2020, you got foundational models. The whole GPT, different deep mind, and the whole works of that. That is emergence of technology. So nothing new. What's changing now is the homogenization of it. What seemed like science fiction, what seemed like possibility of only a few is now becoming homogenized, made more practical, made more accessible. So if you see and I'll take a Microsoft example, in 2023, when Satya announced the whole OpenAI partnership and we kind of talked about GPT and OpenAI, the whole focus was initially on the UI. How do I summarize better? How do I play like an assistant, right? What are we going to do for recapture, assistant, make intelligent decisions, but as an assistant, as a co-pilot. Then we moved forward to say, okay, fine, can we interpret into taking the next best action? Then we moved on to now what we're saying as tailoring it to the customer of one. Like you can create a campaign or a loan for a person based on complete AI with no or minimal human insight. And the last one is the whole agentic, the system of agents and agentic, complete autonomy. So those are the 4 phases, which basically brings us to where we are now. You'll have an interface. In Microsoft terms, we have Copilot, which is the UI to AI. But different technologies will have different ones, right? You'll have an interface which makes it easy to converse with the language. It is a human interface. You'll have reasoning behind, which is the large language models or the SLMs or the different models that are being built. That is the reasoning of the brain. And then you have memory and context, which is the empathy or the human element. So what AI now has done is mimicking the human brain or the neural network, but at a stage or in a way where it's accessible for all business functions and all industries to use it. And today, in the course of the next 20 minutes, I will walk you through some examples. And I wanted to do it, so please feel free to stop and ask if there's any other examples you want. As I said, agentic AI is a level further behind. So AI agents and agentic AI are 2 very different concepts. AI agents does a task. You tell it to do something, it will do that. Agentic AI is when a set of agents come together and you have created boundary lines to do different things with almost no intervention. Why I say almost no intervention? Because there will always be an exception handling. There will always be a red switch. There will always be something which will stop you from the AI going rogue. So basically, you'll have an LLM, which is your large language model, or a small language model, depending on what you want to do. You'll have a planner, you'll have tools, and you will have the entire thing with the ability to take action and communicate. Now see, remember that slide before? You had the UI phase, that is your UI, and that's your reasoning engine, and context. So all this together helps you build across an entire aspect of agents, which we can be as minimal as a task. I want to know what my HR policies are. That agent will go search and come back, you ask questions, it will answer. Or autonomous cars, where there's a dynamic decision being taken based on real-time data. Car came, car is driving, autonomous car, a child and a football is on the road. So obviously, if he turns towards the football, he'll hit. If he tries to avoid the football, he'll hit the child. Or else, so what does the car do? It's an autonomous car. So it's a real-time dynamic decision-making that happens. That's the advanced form of agentic. Now, someone may ask, what's the difference? Chatbots to zamane se the hamare paas. The difference is, if you remember the older chatbots, the IVR and the older chatbots, press 1, press 2. So there's a set menu. And the set menu has the questions, and you can't, and the biggest frustration used to be that this thing is not understanding what I'm saying. So you're even pressing 9 to go to a operator or someone. Vis-a-vis, you take now. You go to any of the bots now that's happening. Take an Air India bot, take a Swiggy, or any of the bots which are happening. It has got a human element. So the technology underlining, whichever company's technology, has that element of not only the UI making it understand, and I'll give you an example. This was a jewelry company, and they were testing out a bot. So they wanted to check that, so they put the question saying, it's my anniversary and I want to pick up a gift. So the chat bot responded saying, congratulations, and what would you like to buy, and is it a man or a woman? The person responded saying it's transgender male. Now, the bot is not grounded. Now, had a normal situation happened, they would have taken the operative word male and suggested some options, right? Ignoring the word transgender. The bot responded saying, can you please hold on, I'll get you someone to help. So it's grounded in a way of how it is doing. Take another example of empathy. This is grounding, of knowing where to draw the line. Someone was booking a flight on Indigo, and on the bot said, can you find me the next flight to Raipur? My uncle expired. So the bot responds with first empathy. I'm so sorry about this, and little bit of empathy, and then gave the options. And then also gave an option that if you have, though there's no direct flight, the shortest route would be this way for you to reach for your family's bereavement. So that empathy, that reasoning, that knowing when to pass on to an agent is a mix of both the maturity of the models that have come in and the natural user processing that's come in. So that both element comes there. And that's the difference between the traditional RAG methodology versus what the AI agents and agentic comes in. I'll walk you through these 4 examples of each of them. So let's take one example. And before I play the video, it's a very interesting video. When we do online shopping, we struggle, code, what do I want to buy? Just see this video. This video truly addresses a personal agent for multimodal. And he doesn't have to do anything. He's just talking very fast, showing a lot of stuff, like as if you would have gone to a shop and talked to an assistant there, and how the system responds.
All right, let me ask the agent here.
Hey, Seth. How's it going? What can I help you with today?
I am fantastic. I'm sorry, I'm in such a hurry. I'm gonna go on an overnight camping hike where we're camping all this. It's gonna be dark, cold. Should I use these shoes? It's the mountains. It's probably gonna be cold.
Great, no worries. Let me take a look. Those are the Trek Star hiking sandals. While they're fantastic for summer hikes and keeping your feet cool, They might not be the best choice for cold
Oh my goodness.
mountain
So, okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Pick the best thing that I should use, and can you just add it to my cart? Just one product.
No worries. Let's go with the Trek Ready hiking boots. They're durable, provide great ankle support, and most importantly, they'll keep your feet warm in the cold mountains. I'll add them to your cart now.
Oh,
Ready for checkout?
I see that. Amazing. Muchísimas gracias. Espero que me vaya bien en el campamento.
De nada, Seth. Disfruta de tu campamento y mantente caliente con esas botas. Buena suerte y diviértate en los
So what did we see here? A, he's not telling what is my order number, where is the order number, nothing. He's just showing some shoes. So the system A recognizes that product is their product. Okay, that's point number one. Point number two, he's constantly interrupting, right? So it's not missing the beat. A lot of times we have bots where you interrupt and then it stops and starts from the scratch all over again. So it's handling the interruption. Third, it is actually talking in multiple languages. He switches language without a beat, and it responds in the same way. We are having something similar being done in India with a lot of customers. But think of this situation in a finance situation, right? You want to do loans. You are in a rush. You want to understand something. Currently, what you'll do is you'll either call the bank or go to the bank. Nowadays, people don't go to the bank that much. You'll call the bank or you'll call your trusted advisor, and they will give you. Imagine if you can go and do a little bit of analysis yourself. In the fintech ones, when we do, let's say we want to compare policies or you want to compare insurance, the possibility if you can do this level of intelligence where you think you're talking to an advisor rather than just a bot helps. Where I can say, I have this is my age, these are my health issues, this is my family conditions, which is the most appropriate insurance for me. And rather than just throwing 4 or 5, understanding what would work for me, how can it be curated? I may not need all the health benefits. I may just need to focus maybe on sugar, or I may just need to focus on my elderly parents' insurance more. Customize it for you, the customization of one, without having to spend a lot of money behind. That's the power of creating that personal agent. So I feel it's done for me, not for someone else. It's not a cookie cutter which is given to me. Let's take another example. Now, and I'm generally making a lot of different industry examples, and I'll try and bring it back to finance. Now, imagine if you want to redefine a customer process or entire organization process, which deals with a lot of different groups in an organization, each having their own agents. But for the end customer, consumer, business process owner, it should come seamless. This is what Toyota did to bring in the entire
We have developed an AI system that simulates discussions among experts in a virtual environment, allowing anyone to engage in development while conversing with many specialists. We call it OBEA system, Toyota Multi-Agent AI System. This system can automatically summon various expert AI agents based on the content of the questions. There is a lineup of AI agents that can be summoned. Let's check what the customers are dissatisfied with.
I want to know about the dissatisfaction of customers with our cars.
This AI registers customer feedback.
I will ask the AI. Path to solutions identified. Using the information we've gathered, let's develop excellent cars.
Imagine if you can apply this to your claim management process. Or if you have connected cars and you give car loans, a lot of banks which give car loans give connected machines. So they give this small machine which also deals with as a service of saying, okay, how your car is doing. It brings in stickiness with the insurance company and handles the entire thing. If all this is connected, the power of having that little box, what was the biggest problem? And I remember this from my IoT days, the biggest problem of having that for the insurance company to have this little box was the cost. How do I get ROI out of it? But imagine if that little box could actually deal with whole customer service. Now you don't have to go to a Maruti or a Toyota or anyone to go there. You have the box, it tells you your car needs maintenance, tells you your insurance is due, tells you there's a problem in any of your brakes or any of the things. Also you can put a super app feature on top of it to now tell you where the next electric charging station is or get the next 10 discount. If you go to this petrol pump, you get a better discount. That's how you get your ROI. That's how you get the ecosystem to work with you. And you don't need people to do this behind you. They are all agents and can be done autonomously. How can they be done autonomously? Because they are triggered. Now, how does it work for autonomous and AI? An AI agent first. If I am doing traditional AI agent, I will link it through whatever Power platform. We have Copilot Studio. It can be through anything. To a link behind where it says, okay, go to this website or go to this platform or go to this knowledge base and I'll ask questions, it will give me answers. So it is a fetch. So I'll give you a task in a human way, it will fetch back and give an answer and that's closed. Agentic AI, what does that do? It actually has triggers. So when a trigger comes, it has a set of actions that are defined. Those actions will also be grounded with some boundary conditions. Now, based on that actions, it will either go to it will take those actions and go to either another set of agent, and they will take some actions and come back, or it will complete the loop by itself. So there is no manual intervention here defined at all, unless there is an exception. And this will tell you how. I'll tell you a little bit of this case before we go in. McKinsey is actually doing this as we speak. So McKinsey gets a lot of leads. Challenge happens is nobody goes through those leads because, when you have a digital marketing team or a digital team or digital sales team, you assume the quality would be low, but sometimes you have a lot of, and that's the way our world is going, those are actually some of the ones where the turnaround is the fastest because the need there is there, the burning platform is there. So they have this whole McKinsey agentic autonomous system set up, where a lead comes and there's an engagement manager agent. So he's an engagement manager. And he follows the entire process from a lead, assigning it to the right partner, and taking the next steps and closing the loop. Entirely autonomous. And I'll show you through this of how a lead has come. And they have received, so he's given details, this person, this technology. He'll check the engagement info, which is Mona, which Horizon Tech, what do they need? Check if there's any previous relationships there. Check if you have done any work there, which industry, because consultings are aligned by industries and domain and relevant expertise. So that was the trigger, the mail coming. These are the principles on which he has to go and find. Then they will create a response. And these are the instructions you're given. Get the engagement details, retrieve partner information. These are the instructions given. So it's grounded on these information. It will go and check all this. That's a trigger. There has to be a trigger. In any autonomous, there has to be a trigger. These, like I said, AI agent, it's the same principle. You're linked to different aspects. So there will be all these, and it can be one, it can be multiple, it can be a host of things. They're all added there. These are the knowledge, these are the planner and the tools. I had mentioned earlier, right? LLM planners, tools. These are the tools and the planners which are added, knowledge which are added, processes that it has to follow. And these are the set of actions it has to do. So it has done the first set of actions. Now it will create an email. So this is behind. This is how it is working behind. Now, if you want to check this engagement management agent's activity, you can actually go and check what activities they've done, how many leads have they captured, what is the status of the leads, what have they done. This is all that was behind the hood. That is how that mail gets triggered, and they come here. Now coming back, it will retrieve the partner information. Now, this person is no longer there. What do you do? Now, it can't automatically assign itself, right? There's a escalation metrics there. That's where the human intervention is there. There'll always be an escalation metrics saying, okay, the partners know their people have gone, moved on. So it will now go and find out what, as per the escalation, who that person should talk to. So then it goes to that person. It comes as a chat to her. The agent sends all the information that is supposed to go, saying, who do I now assign it to? No manual intervention, except for asking this person. And as, I don't know, something's gone wrong with this, but as they do that, it will then, 1 minute, sorry, let me stop this. So as they do that, it will actually send that email out to the person. Now, imagine the same situation in any of our banks, any BFSI company gets the maximum number of digital leads. Even for us like Microsoft, we have an entire team which does only digital lead management, right? Now, the challenge happens is if I ask any of my account teams to go and validate all those leads, this is a very good way of streaming down leads. This is a very good way of identifying who is actually the right or the next level of lead, or which is a good case to pursue. This can also be used, let's say, example, for loan verification. Now, there's a host of microfinance companies in the country which is coming up, right? The host of loan applicants which are coming up. Now, when you go and apply a loan, the loan documents, you get the loan documents. That whole loan document verification can be done by an agent. Once that if the document is incomplete, the mail sent to the person who's applied to the loan can be done through an agent. The next level of KYC verification, the entire thing can be done through an agent. It finally goes to approve the loan, which will be a human, right? So I think that whole process where there's multiple human interventions can be actually done through Agentic, which creates accuracy, removes human error, and also is a very strong audit. We are talking to customers where they want to do audit, right? Banks have, and fintech companies have this constant audits happening on the calls which has happened on loans, on any kind of verification. Telcos have the same thing. They're using Agentic to actually do verification of those calls, some logs, right? Just pick and do that. So this provides a strong way of preventing fraud, scams, misuse of data, misuse of information, KYC, if there's address is incomplete or not valid. All of it can be done through Agentic. That's the whole process gets changed for Agentic. I'll skip this video because in the interest of time, we just have 2 minutes. But what's happening now? Sam Altman is in the country, and he's been obviously meeting a lot of startups. But the thing is, and Satya said this when he was in the country earlier this year, is think of agents as, think of technology as 3 levels, right? There's a UI. There are business process which define what to do. And there's data underlining. The AI or the advent of AI or the evolution of AI where we are now is impacting all of it. The UI is becoming something which is more assistance, which is what you can now ask rather than just being the simple Word, PowerPoint, Excel, right? You can ask it to create a document. You can ask it to summarize a call. You can ask it what is actions from the call that I'm supposed to take and send a mail accordingly to that. The second part is the entire reasoning engine, which is your autonomous, your business process. What we used to have, like when ERP came in the world over the whole decade of ERP and CRM, where the business process flows defined, the agentic AI can actually do a similar role. You have to define business processes and create those flows, which takes decisions based on some triggers and some grounding questions where we are. The third part is data. I always maintain that all this works if data is there. Jarvis cannot make Iron Man if the data is wrong. He will not know what to do. So it is as simple as that, right? Data is the absolute crux of what the power of AI can deliver. If you don't have the right data, if you don't have the right data labeling, if you don't have the right data sovereignty and governance, all this can take a very dangerous and unsavory turn. So having the whole aspect of A, the right data, B, the right protocols around data, and C, the right way of security becomes absolutely crux when you want to do AI. A lot of customers come and tell me, AI is not solving this. AI is not a magic bullet. What you need is the underlining and all these technology stacks to have the right level of maturity and the data behind this. But having said that, when you have that, where we will actually move, where's the pointer, is here. We are currently still at somewhere between monolithic agents and society of mind. Some autonomous process, some task force, where we'll actually move in a couple of years, if not sooner, because as they say, scaling laws, it's actually adoption is much, much faster than what we expected, is a society of agents. So groups of, or an agency which will work together to take decision making. It could be a complete line, a business function. It could be a complete, like one complete company. Or for example, you want to set up a small manufacturing plant, you have a X number of budget, you can actually create the entire autonomy of agents to decide and come back and tell you, this is my budget, which is the most appropriate location, partners, vendors, everything, and the agency will create the entire thing. And that's a society of agents. That's multiple agents across multiple business functions who are representing a human to kind of come together to solve a business problem. And just open the entire slide. So where are we? So we started in 2022 with GPT-4. We moved to small language models. Then the models became better. We could hear, speak, multimodal it became much better, think, reasoning. Now you can have this in different shapes, right? You have models which you can speak, hear, feel, reason, remember, and you can do it at very high cost or very low cost. So there are open source models, there are small language models, you can create all LLMs. So because of this evolution of the foundation, as I said in the beginning of my presentation, right, emergence and homogenization, this making it so homogeneous that it is practical for every business function to use it is what these models are making it accessible for. And that's why agentic AI or autonomy, which was not a new concept, has gained so much of knowledge now, gained so much of practicality now. So as I close, I just wanted to land, and I'll play that video now, which I was wanting to do at the last. As I close, I just wanted to land it with 3 points, right? The use case of AI or the possibility of agentic AI would be of multiple folds for multiple companies. The first, sorry, give me a minute. Yeah. One of the biggest use cases which will impact, two of the biggest industries which we see a significant impact is one is the banking sector, the BFSI sector, and the other one is the healthcare. BFSI examples I walked you through, but healthcare, imagine India or any emerging country, developing country has the lowest number of doctor-patients ratio, right? Challenge, actually now even if I take UK for example, the challenge with medical professional availability is so high. Problem happens is you would always want an experienced doctor. No one wants to go to a doctor who just graduated from a medical school, right? So the power of AI and this whole autonomy can actually help to equip that fresh graduate from medical school with all the information that a 30, 20-year veteran could have done. Because you now, through AI and agents, can actually go through all the scans, all the reports, come up with anomalies, tell the reports, give a reference to which doctor could have done it in that location. And this person, this young doctor, can talk to that one and solve a problem. Medical health, the entire medical field can actually gain so much by leveraging the power of AI and having this entire thing as the underlying architecture or the foundation to how we scale. Similarly, in banking, I'll just take you to one example which brings everything together. What's happening here? It's not playing. Can someone help with this?
With over 550 million organizations worldwide, getting accurate and up-to-date information about businesses can be daunting. Microsoft and Moody's are here to provide you with the precise data you need, when and where you need it. Meet Tyler, a relationship manager at Contoso Bank. He just received a referral from Fabricam. A customer is seeking a $25 million line of credit for market expansion. He uses Microsoft 365 Copilot in Teams to quickly assess Fabricam's risk. Using Moody's proprietary company grounding service, Copilot identifies the correct company, Fabricam Incorporated, along with other potential matches, using the data in Tyler's Microsoft Graph. He sees rich contextual information for Fabricam based on previous email exchanges, chats, and CRM data. This gives him a complete view with the integrated trusted insights, the latest rating sources for Moody's. The rising credit risk and news sentiment merit further investigation. To dig deeper, Tyler reaches out to Maya, a credit manager in charge of assessing client credit worthiness. To determine whether Contoso Bank would be interested in the business, our credit manager runs a preliminary risk assessment with the Contoso Risk Agent, powered by Moody's premium data and skills. The agent summarizes key financial metrics and risk, allowing her to dive deeper into performance trends. Financials, sanctions, cyber risk, news sentiment, and macro environment are available in a single view. She notes a slight decline in the operating revenue over the past few years, despite healthy macroeconomic and cyber risk trends. So she decides to compare this against other U.S. manufacturing firms with similar operating revenue. The data shows revenue declines across all companies, but Fabricam stands out with steady cash flow and higher EBITDA margins, making them a strong candidate for the credit line. Next, Maya uses the agent to set up an alert for monthly updates about shifts in Fabricam's credit risk score, or sanction status. Eager to move the process along, Tyler asks Copilot to draft an email to his manager, summarizing previous interactions with Fabricam and the current risk assessment. With this quick turnaround, Tyler knows he can respond faster than the competition and is well positioned to secure the deal.
So that's how, from a personal agent to an operation process to an org level innovation, that's done. So I know we are up time, but thank you so much for spending time here.
Thank you so much, Ms. Haque. That was a beautiful session. Lots to learn as AI is evolving. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. A little bit of felicitation for you, please. Thank you. Let's give her a huge round of applause as we felicitate her for her time and for her insights.